Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on Archive D style here. Throw a jab at that like button. Throw a hook at the bell button to be notified when D style comes on live. Throw one, two at that share button and share my videos on your social media. If you don't like it, I can take it to the chin. Go ahead, go ahead and throw across to that unlike button if you want. Don't share streams. My moderators will parry that shit. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Let's talk about the drama going on right now, right? Oh, D-Style. Did you see D-Style? Oh, D-Style, you don't understand D-Style. Let me tell you guys something. All right? D-Style understands. D-Style has kept up with what's going on. All right? I heard what he said. Did you hear what he said? Yes, I heard what he said. I read what he said because it's quoted a lot in the news. All right? And I've heard what he said. And I know he said it multiple times. He said what he said. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this video now. No, I'm going to give my thoughts, obviously. All right? I didn't come out here just tell you say what he said and then leave. No, we'll talk about it. But here's my thing. It's one thing to have quote unquote concern about it, genuine concern, or even if you're troubled by it. But even though that's a stretch to me, but okay, everybody's different. If you don't like it, that's fine, right? I don't like it. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the fact that he's saying what he's saying, right? But here's what you're not gonna see me do. You're not going to see me do this fake outrage thing, all right? You're not going to see me do the whole, like I'm seeing a bunch of people do right now. What if Dominic Brazil said that, all the Wilder fans would be like, I'm not going to do that either, because that's so dumb, right? All the what ifs and if he did this and if he did that, it doesn't accomplish anything. It's just, you're just assuming what would happen if the tables were turned. That's all you're doing. Okay, that's not what happened, number one. Okay, so who cares if how Wilder fans would react if the tables were turned, right? Like, what are you guys talking about? Like that's a dumb conversation to have, right? Let's just talk about what happened here. But what you're not going to see me do is that, and the whole what if the tables were turned, and you're not going to hear me, all right, act like I am outraged by it either, right? Like, oh my God, what a terrible thing! I'm going to boycott the. People are talking about boycotting the fight. You're going to boycott a violent boxing match because one guy talked about taking the violence a little too far. I mean, seriously. No, stop the fake outrage. All right, I can't stand fake outrage. It's the nerves. It just hits me in the nerve. Anyway, it's just anyway, I gotta get that out of my system. But we're talking about it. Okay, first of all, no, I don't like it. I don't think it's necessary. Okay, I don't. But it is what it is. Like, he said what he said, right? I would prefer that's not the type of talk that was going on, but it's what's going on. All right. That's if this is how he feels, we shouldn't be interjecting ourselves and demanding that these fighters don't tell us what they feel. Like, it's just that's the whole, like, well, he crossed the line, and well, where is the line? Right? Does it mean he really wants to kill this guy? I don't think it does, but he wants to hurt him for sure. Let me remind you guys what you're watching when you watch boxing. You are watching two grown-ass athletes, men, who are trained, okay, to knock people the fuck out, hit each other, That's what you're watching. Have you ever been front row to a boxing fight? Have you not heard when those punches land on skull? That's causing damage that's not going to go away for the rest of their lives. This is the sport we have chosen to watch. All right? You have chosen to watch a sport with a gladiatorial nature to it, where the purpose of the sport is I'm going to hit this guy more times than he hits me. And the object is that if you could have the fight end if you put this person unconscious for 10 seconds, which is astonishing, right? I mean, that and it's legal, right? And it's legal. Now, I can't personally recall, doesn't mean that it hasn't happened, a boxer that has said before, in recent times in a way that it's legal to kill a man in boxing, so why not do it, right? I don't recall the last time I heard a fighter say that, but just because I don't recall doesn't mean it hasn't happened, but nonetheless. But I have heard fighters say, oh, so I couldn't assault somebody and I don't get in trouble for it? Cool. I've heard fighters say that, and nobody batted an eyelash, right? It's just when you say the D word, it's just too much, right? Oh, don't bring up the D word. I mean, it's a little too much. Assault, perfectly fine. Knock the motherfucker the fuck out, perfectly fine. But the D word, stay away from the D word. That's a line. Don't cross that line. Look, just because I don't like it doesn't mean I'm going to act outraged and shit. Right? Death. Don't bring up the term death. We all know, man, this sport is no fucking joke. This is a sport where individuals have gone through, comas and won't be able to walk for the rest of their lives, are stuttering for the rest of their lives. Some have died in the ring. Deaths happen. This is a daily reminder that this is not a game. Boxing's not a game. It's one of the most dangerous sports in the world. Statistically, it's more dangerous than mixed martial arts. More people die. The sport is designed to put people basically in a box and beat each other up until one individual cannot stand up for 10 seconds. That was the original design of the sport. For the most part, aside from decision, that's what it is now. All right? We talk a lot about the word killer instinct. I'll never forget it, okay? There was a YouTuber on here that will go unnamed, all right? But he used to say, I don't like the word killer instinct, right? Like, why don't you like the word killer instinct? Because it's kill. Because it's saying kill. A fighter has to have a killer instinct in boxing if they're going to be a knockout artist. They have to. There's no way around it. You have to hit somebody as hard as you fucking can across the fucking face if you're going to be a knockout artist. And death is possible, ladies and gentlemen. You have to accept the fact that you might kill that individual. Right? You just have to accept that. Maybe it's not that probable, but it's possible. Maybe it's improbable, but it's possible. People die in the ring. Right? And someone like Deontay Wilder is not a normal individual. Okay? Like, you don't get into a sport like boxing, right, without being bloodthirsty, okay, when you're knocking motherfuckers like that out. It's not, you can't love it just because you're getting the knockouts, but then, oh my God, he said the D word. Oh, but what if he does kill him, D-Style? We will if he does kill him, okay, if Brazil is dead in the middle of the ring, we will address that then. I'm sure I'll be very sad about it, okay? It's not like I'm going to be happy about it, right? But we will address it if it happens. Dominic Brazil knows the risk involved if he steps into the ring. Nobody's forcing him to take this fight. Nobody's forcing any of these fighters to be boxers, all right? No, nobody's forced to put themselves in a situation where they might die. All right. If Dominic Brazil was being forced to the ring, like they were dragging him there, like they're taking him to the fucking gallows or something. Okay, then maybe I'll be the first one to say, "Oh my God, this is stupid. Stop it now." I'll be the first one, but he's not being forced into the ring, right? If he wants out, he could still pull out, right? He could still pull out of the fight. Oh, he's not going to pull out? Okay, so what the fuck is your guys' point? Doesn't mean I want the guy dead, okay? And it doesn't even mean I like what Wilder's saying, but it doesn't shock me. It's not. I'm not like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Like, what? You guys are really shocked about it? You have to have a mean streak, a real killer instinct, okay, to do this shit, especially if you're a knockout artist the way he is. As hard as this motherfucker hits people across the fucking face, all right, there is a percentage there on all the possibilities of what can happen, right? There's whatever percentage it is, 0.01%, whatever it is, there's a percentage that a dude could fucking die, right? There's a percentage there. So, and in order for him to land those punches, he has to already accept that this may happen. Are you guys really shocked? Look, if it was like two tennis players, okay, Roger Federer said, "I want to kill this guy. I want a death. I want to have somebody die in the tennis court." Then yeah, that'll be shocking. Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? What does death have to do with fucking tennis? Are you crazy? I'll be the first one to do it. If, all right, if, let's say two ballet dancers were competing against each other, and one ballet dancer said, "I'm going to kill that motherfucker or that bitch," okay, when we're doing our ballet competition, that yes, I'll be the first one to say, "That's crazy. What the fuck's this bitch talking about? Kill? You're ballet dancers." If LeBron James came out and said, "I want to kill," okay, the Warriors next season, they're going to be dead. They're going to be dead after that basketball game. Who would have to say he must mean like metaphorically, right? No, I want him dead. Okay, I'm going to get Durant's head. I'm going to slam it on the fucking wooden canvas. I'm going to stomp his head out. So yeah, we'll all agree this motherfucker's crazy. All right? But what the hell is this guy talking about? But in sports like MMA and Muay Thai and boxing, when one guy says, I could kill that motherfucker. If he ends up dead after I put a beating on his ass, I'm not going to go to jail. Well, they're not lying. All right? Like, if you guys understand that. Like, fighters don't go to jail. They leave a dude brain dead. Once the ref says it's over, okay, maybe anything that happens after they stop the fight, but whatever happens during the fight, it's free game. You guys do understand that. That's what you're watching. That's what you have accepted. Now, boxing is very regulated, so yes, it's unlikely that you're going to actually see that happen. Like, refs step in and stop the fight. And even if it's like we think it's too late, they at some point stop the fight, right? The only time I seen a ref let a fight go way too long and the fighter got killed in the process, okay, was in a Rocky movie, right? but all bullshit aside, we have seen fighters die in the ring because refs they didn't stop it on time. We have seen that. That has happened. And no, I'm not. It's not like I celebrate when that happened, but we all need to accept that a death can happen in the ring. This is not a game. This is not a game here. This is not ballet. It's not just your regular sport. Okay, this is a sport that is designed to entrap somebody in a box, right? And take punishment. I mean, that's what the sport's designed to do. The more punishment you lay on your opponent, the better odds of you winning is. It's just that's the object of the game. When fighters get knocked, like when Pacquiao knocked out Ricky Hatton, you guys stand up just like I did and go, whoa, fuck yeah, what a knockout. But there was, when that happened, when his head hit the back of the canvas, all right? Back of his head, when his back of the head hit the canvas, there was a possibility, be it small possibility, but it was still there. Like, it was more likely that Hatton died in that moment than when Hatton was eating dinner the night before, right? It was more likely he was going to die in that moment than probably any other moment of his life. The probability of you dying, taking that punch, is a lot higher than doing just regular shit every day. All right? Like, that's my point. He could have died. While Pacquiao was celebrating, Ricky Hatton could have died. He didn't die. Good. I don't want the guy to die, but it could have happened. It could have happened. So we need to accept that. We can't enjoy the way Wilder knocks people out and the type of fighter he is, but then question his mentality going into that ring. You have to just accept that this dude has mean intentions, at least with certain opponents, right? When he's throwing those punches. You have to accept that. Like, and this not illegal. You can't boycott the fight. Not ridiculous. A lot of you sound saying you're going to boycott the fight. Then don't watch boxing. Then why are you watching a violent sport? Why are you doing it? You know, there's people out there that want to ban boxing, right? They want to ban boxing, football, whatever is dangerous and causes damage. They want to ban it. Like, those people will tell you. They'll be the first ones to tell you you're a hypocrite. Like, you watch this bloodthirsty sport, and then when somebody says the D word or the K word, oh, that step too far. This is a gentleman's sport. This is a gentleman's sport where we act gentlemanly. We do damage to one another, but we only take it so far. Like, shut the fuck up. Okay. You know, people get this shit. It's like only in the movies. Like in the movies, best of the best, where like the Korean dude refuses to give up, and the coach is like, no, right? Like, you guys know what scene I'm talking about. He could have won. He could have won. But if he kicked him again, he might kill him, right? Like, yeah, okay. You need killer instinct in boxing, right? You guys know they've done studies on soldiers, right? When soldiers are coming, right, you're in the trenches. There's individuals that don't have a killer instinct. Even when they're getting shot at, they won't shoot at the people coming out at them because they can't, even in those circumstances, even the thought of killing an individual is just too much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boxers they should be wired a certain way. It's everybody understands while you're putting a beating on somebody that you can kill them. It's possible. And it's not like it's rare either. Like, people act like death in boxing. Like, there's a death in boxing. There's several of them every year. Like acting like it's just like a rare thing. And like, how can you say that? Like, it happens. Not to mention guys that go on comas and suffer brutal injuries for the rest of their life for people's entertainment. This is a gladiatorial sport. Be it with rules and things in place to prevent deaths as much as humanly possible given the certain circumstances of the sport, but it's still a thing. Like people can still die, right? So I'm not going to act outraged. Like, oh my God, I'm going to boycott this fight. You got Fox News reporting on it and MSNBC. And oh, wow. You know what Wilder said? He said that it's perfectly legal to kill somebody. I can't believe he said that. By the way, a lot of these people saying this don't even watch boxing. All right. But like the ones that do watch boxing and put themselves on this high horse, like, oh, I'm better than that. This is a gentleman's sport. Boxing has never been a gentleman's sport. Okay. Are you shitting me? Oh, yeah, very gentlemanly to just punch each other in the face. All right. And in the above the waist, just go at it. Just hit each other. Nothing general. The best thing Floyd Mayweather Jr. ever said. Okay, people know I'm not a big fan of shit Floyd has said, but the best thing he's ever said, okay, that I agree 100% with is boxing is not a gentleman's sport. It's a gutter sport. All right. People have come from the gutter and became millionaires because of this sport. All right. Fighters know, all right, and if they don't, they should know that death is a possibility. I know that sounds brutal to say, and oh, how can you say that, D-Style? What do you mean, D-Style? Well, it's the truth. No, but D-Style, you don't understand D-Style. I understand that. I just don't like the fact that he said it. I mean, one, you have to accept what he said. Like fighters are not here to tell you what you want to hear. Like it's just like they are who they are. Like Wilder is who he is. This is how he feels. He's making his thoughts very clear. Very clear. And it's not like he's doing anything illegal. Right? It's not like he's doing anything illegal. Right? Dominic Brazil's corner will be there when he's getting his hands wrapped. All right. They'll have to approve the hand wrapping. They'll have to approve the gloves. All right. Wilder has the same exact weapon Dominic Brazil has, their fist. And that's it. It's not a Margarito situation. Not like he's going in there with loaded gloves. Now, if he was going, like if Wilder said, oh, yeah, I'm going to use Margarito type shit to hurt. Like then we'll be talking about something different, wouldn't we? Right? Because this is what he said. Half of the top 10 heavyweights in the world have tested positive for steroids, okay, or performance enhancing drugs, PhDs, which is far worse than words. Performance enhancers to illegally enhance your punching power and your boxing speed and your performance ability is far worse than words. Far worse. But people want to hang on words. Povetkin, fucking loading himself up and jacking himself up with illegal fucking substances is far worse to me, and doing it against opposition that's nowhere near his level, mind you, is far worse than Wilder fighting, another, heavyweight and doing it legally. Brazil, Brazil. I remember just a year ago there was dudes saying that Wilder would not fight Brazil. Like get the fuck out of here. Like fighters do worse shit all the time, but you want to hang on words. Look, I'm not here to I've already said it. I don't like the fact that he's saying it. All right. But he's saying it, and I'm just saying I'm not going to act outraged about it. And just because I don't like it doesn't mean I don't understand it. This man is wired a certain way, right? Have you guys seen that movie, A Few Good Men? You want the truth, you can't handle the truth. You can't handle it. A lot of people can't handle it. That's why they're like, D-Style. I don't like what he said here, D-Style. And then they unsubscribe and, like, whatever. I'm just here to lay it out for you. This is how the man is wired. He's going to war, ladies and gentlemen. Just because Brazil isn't saying these things doesn't mean he's not thinking them himself. He wants to hurt Wilder as well. Maybe he's not saying I'm going to kill him, but he wants to hurt him. This is war. Like when two individuals go to a ring, it's war. That man wants to take your spot. He wants to take food from your table. He wants to take your position. He wants to dethrone you. And to do it, he needs to harm you, do physical harm to you. And that individual, if you're unlucky, can kill you as well. He's not going into a tennis match. Okay, this isn't ballet. This isn't just a regular sport. This is war. I know you're used to fighters acting like this is a gentleman thing. All right? Some fighters are just real like that. They're not playing sports entertainment. Okay, they're not playing this I'm just going to trash talk to be funny, or like they mean what they say. Wilder wants to go in there and he wants to hurt people. And it even sounds like he's okay if they die. You just have to live with the fact that he said that. Like if you don't have to like it, I don't. Okay, but you have to accept it. You have to accept that many fighters are just wired that way. That's how they're wired. That's how they're wired. It'll be one thing. Like if Wilder was like if they grabbed a normal individual from the streets and locked them up and said, "We're gonna punish you by putting you in the ring with Wilder, and he's gonna kill you." Like, yeah, I'll be the first one to say that's fucked up, guys. But this is a fight that Dominic Brazil agreed to, and as I don't care if this is unpopular to say, but death is a possibility. Okay, I don't think he's gonna die, but it's a possibility. And yes, there's many people shocked and like this is why. Like, you remember when, like, the people outraged about this are the same people, by the way, that, well, not everyone. There's some boxing fans that don't like it. I understand. I'm talking about casual fans, like Fox News and, oh my God, why would he say that, right? These are the same people that were saying, oh, boxing, it's just two guys with pillows in their hands and just tapping each other, playing tag. They don't really get hurt. I mean, they have these big puffy gloves. That's why Mayweather's going to lose to McGregor, because McGregor's in a real violent sport where they kick each other in the head. I mean, Mayweather's used to the big puffy boxing gloves, right? And now they're doing this fucking fake outrage bullshit. Oh my God, how could he talk about him wanting to kill? I mean, oh my God. There is fighters that have a killer instinct. Like, look, I hate this dude, and I want him banished for all of eternity when it comes to boxing. But Antonio Margarito, right, had a killer instinct. Like, that motherfucker didn't give a fuck what he did to his opponents as long as he won. Now, he did it illegally. He did it in an illegal way, right? But if a fighter has a killer instinct, okay, and wants to fuck a dude up, then that's on them. It's how they're wired. And boxing is filled with fighters like that. They just don't say it because they have a bunch of managers and PR people telling them what to say and how to act. And this is a gentleman's sport. Make sure you act gentlemanly and this, that, and the third. All right. Wilder's not the only boxer in the world, okay, that wants to hurt somebody. Right? Maybe they don't all want to kill somebody, but he's not the only boxer in the world that's saying these things. Look, Dominic Brazil could pull out if he wants. He's not going to get arrested or, you know what I mean? Something's not going to happen to him. He'll be okay. Just say he has an injury and he's good. Right? He doesn't have to fight if he doesn't want to. Are you guys scared for Dominic Brazil's life or what? What's what? I don't like it, but I accept it. Right? No, but this style, this is a gentleman's sport. This style, like what if they wanted to, if you guys want to watch something gentlemanly, go watch tennis or something. I don't know. Go watch golf or like whatever the fuck you like. Boxing is not the thing to watch if you want to watch a gentlemanly thing. Okay, right? It's like you guys picked the wrong sport. You picked a bloodthirsty sport where individuals cheer when someone is knocked unconscious, sometimes for a minute at a time. Like the brain shut down on them. Like people go to the hospital and they're called concussions, right? When this is like just happens, right? In boxing, it's normalized. It's understood. It's a dangerous sport. Arguably the most dangerous sport in the world. That you're like, this is what you're watching, all right? It's one thing to say I don't like it, but come on, I'm gonna boycott the fight because he said these mean things. Oh, he wants to kill. He wants to kill. Get the fuck out of here, right? Look, I get it. When deaths happen in boxing, you know it's not fun, right? I've done videos like unknown boxers that died and shit. You know, like it can happen. But at the end of the day, it's you need to accept that this can happen. And you need to accept that there's fighters that they're not wired the way you want them to be wired. And I don't like the idea of censoring boxers either. I'm all for letting them say whatever the fuck's on their mind. Right? Like that's just the way it is. I mean, a gentleman's sport. This is a sport where Roberto Duran said he was going to fuck Sugar Ray Leonard's wife, right? But you guys talking about a gentleman's sport, all right? Like I've heard guys say a lot of things. I've heard fighters say, "I'm gonna for the rest of your days, you're going to be eating out of a fucking straw after I'm done with you." And you know, fighters say a lot of shit, and sometimes, at least in the heat of the moment, they mean it. This is not a sport for the faint of heart. If you're the type that, I don't like it when they say killer instinct, it ain't your sport. I'm just telling you. Having a killer instinct means literally you have to accept the fact that you might kill the motherfucker to take him out. Right? Just the way it is. Show no compassion. Because if they get you in the same position, they're not going to show compassion. Right? You got to just do what you got to do. A fighter does what he does. No, but he said the D word. Like, it's just, I'm all for, fighters having killer instinct, but man, talking about killing somebody is just taking it too far. I mean, let's analyze what he said. Now, first of all, when he says that if he kills somebody in the ring, it's like, he's not going to like go to prison for it. Like, he's not lying. You guys do understand it, right? Like, you do understand that within the rules of boxing, if another boxer lands punches over the head of another fighter and ends up killing him in the process, he's not going to go to prison. He's not going to even go to trial. Okay, there's not going to be a trial. He's not even going to see a grand jury. Like it's perfectly. It's when he says it's legal. Maybe the way he's wording it isn't 100% correct, but he's not incorrect in saying that he's not going to get punished for it. So that's true. It's not like what he's saying is not true. You just don't like the fact that he's saying it. I don't think about fighters dying when I think boxing, but I know it's a possibility. I know it can happen. It's possible. No, but these stop. No, but these styles. I'll get to the comments in a moment. By the way, I just want to get my thoughts out for those on archive. You see, it's possible, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching a violent sport, a sport that there are people that want to ban it. All right? But it's a gentleman's bullshit. There's nothing gentleman-like about boxing. Nothing. You can argue maybe it's an honorable way to fight, right? In certain cultures, it's honorable to fight standing up. It's not honorable to choke somebody out, or I don't necessarily agree with all that, but it's still in certain cultures. Maybe you could argue that, but at the end of the day, right? It's the modern way of, it's kind of people. A duel was a gentleman's way of settling things. Was it? Like, they would literally turn around and shoot somebody. Somebody would die in that situation. Like the origins of boxing is based on this. Seriously. If you only knew the early origins of boxing, when people would fight to the death, it is like the sport evolved from that. Oh, but these style, you just said it. It evolved from that. Now we don't kill. Killing is possible. Right? Killing is a possibility. Somebody might die, and killer instinct is a thing. All right? People that don't have killer instincts don't last in boxing. All right? They don't. They don't last. But D-Style, listen to what he said. Let me read the quote verbatim, right? I'm going to read it right now. This is the only sport where you can kill a man and get paid for it at the same time. Well, maybe it's not the only sport, right? But combat sports. Is he lying? Like, if he happens to kill somebody, is he still going to get his boxing purse? Yes, he is. He's still going to get his purse. He's going to walk free. He's going to be a free man. Nothing illegal about it. All that's in the contracts that they sign, by the way. Like, if you die, you die. Right? I know, literally, Ivan Drago style. If you die, you die. Ivan Drago said it best. If you die, you die. And it ends there. There's no charges. Now, granted, if they later find out that you illegally tampered with the gloves, or had stones in your gloves, or then that's a different story. But like I said, Brazil's corner will be there, seeing the reps. They're going to have to agree to the gloves. They will see when the gloves are put on. It's going to be signed off by the commission, and after that, ladies and gentlemen, it's free game. Whatever happens, happens. There's a ref there. The ref will stop it when he thinks Brazil can no longer intelligently defend himself, or if he gets knocked out and they count to 10. But if he happens to die, he dies. Oh, but that sounds horrible, D-Style. How can you watch a sport like that? You guys watch it too. This is the sport you guys decided to watch. Right now, if you don't like boxing and you're into tennis, then okay, fine. I could see why somebody could be like, "Oh my god, I like tennis because they don't harm each other like savages, like in boxing," right? And then that's fine. But you guys watch boxing, but then I see all these writers and like acting like it's so outrageous that he said that. Look at the other party said it's legal, so why not use my right to do so? That's the part that's triggering people. Oh my God, he's going to try and kill him. There's nothing against the rules that say that you can't punch somebody as hard as you fucking can, hoping to kill them. It's just not against the rules. I'm going to start the fight. Why? You punched them too hard, you could have killed them. It's not a thing. All right? That's not a thing in boxing. So like I don't understand why you guys are so. Again, do I like that he said it? No. I'm being honest. Am I outraged about it? No. I understand it. The fake outrage is deafening. You guys don't know what the fuck you're watching. Some fighters are just wired that way. Some of your favorite fighters through the history of boxing fought with very mean intentions. Right? Ayala from New Mexico. He was under the bed when he saw his mother get raped and killed. He said when that bell rang, the guy across the corner was the motherfucker that raped my mother. And I wanted to hurt and beat the shit out of him. You don't think he was thinking about killing them? Different fighters are wired in different ways. This is just the way he's wired. It doesn't make him a bad person. It's just that's how he's wired when it's wartime. Right? You ever heard that verse in the Bible? There's a time for war, a time for peace. For a while, when it's time for war, this is how he's wired. You don't have to like it. We're just spectators. Just watch. I know this is a lamb for the slaughter. I know what's happening. Brazil's gonna get his ass beat. He might put up a fight for a round or two, maybe like three, 4 rounds. But I know he's gonna get stopped. I know he's gonna get stomped. We all know what's gonna happen. And I know maybe it's 0.01% chance, but there's a chance he can die. Right? And if you guys can't accept that, Mancini killed a man. I'm not necessarily saying Mancini had intentions, but he threw punches with mean intentions. Mancini wasn't happy after he found out that the Korean fighter died. But he knew it was a possibility. By the way, that's when they went from 15 rounds to 12 rounds, and Mancini himself was against that. That's another story. Deaths happen in boxing, and you need to accept it. All right? It's just the way it is. When a fighter is done and the ref hasn't stopped the fight, the boxer should end that fight. And I know that a lot of people say, no, it's like the best of the best movie. You need to let him recover and not knock him out because you might kill him. No, that's just not the way it works, guys. It's not. What if you don't do it and then he does recover? And then the next round he knocks you the fuck out. And then you lose. You lose your position. And what if he kills you? You never know. So at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. That's just, and the fighter that's in the other side knows that this is a possibility, and at any point can, take a knee or say he has had enough, right? So this is not a sport for lighthearted people. It's I feel like way too many of you don't understand how violent the sport is. Like that's what I think. And I see it a lot, the way people talk about boxing now, and a lot of the new fans. I see it. Like, I even people like I saw it a lot in the build up to McGregor Mayweather. Like it's people did not like people forgot or something how dangerous this sport is. Like if Mayweather really wanted to, he could have really hurt McGregor in that fight. And if they would have continued that fight, he would have gotten very, very hurt. And this is a light punching, brittle hand Mayweather. What do you think the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the hardest puncher in the fucking world in any combat sport? What type of damage do you think he can do? You can't love the knockouts and cheer them, right? And act like a barbaric lunatic like I do. I mean, I'll admit it. I am. I'm barbaric. I love the bloodthirsty nature of the sport. I just admit it. That's all. All right, let's get to these comments. By the way, for those listening live right now, take a moment, thumbs up the video. And a reminder, if you listen to archive, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and check out all my previous videos. Take a moment, subscribe if you want. Check it out. Let me. I'm gonna read through this. I may skip some. I do apologize. It's a lot of comments. I'm gonna try to breeze through them really quick. Kick Strick says all of this outrage is completely fake. People just don't like Wilder. That's it. Well, there's a lot of people that just don't like him. I agree. AJ10. Worse things have been said in boxing. To be fair, yes. It's arguable, right? But I agree with you. Mayorga said a lot of fucked up shit. He called like De La Hoya's son a fag, and he talked about how his wife's not gonna have a husband by her side. What was he implying? I mean, seriously. All right. Now, granted, everybody thought it was funny when Mayorga said it because like nobody believed Mayorga. Everybody knew De La Hoya was gonna beat his ass. Like you know what I mean? Like so Wilder. I think what bothers people is that somehow they feel like he can kill Dominic Brazil, right? And I think that's what's bothering them. Branola says Branulus. I think I pronounced that right. Even Mike Tyson is appalled by what Wilder said. This is the same guy that wanted to eat babies. I'm the conqueror. I want to live so I'm going to eat his children, he said. Come on, Mike. Is Mike really outraged? Mike Tyson. Like come on. Mike Tyson is outraged. I could see like if maybe like a Sugar Ray Leonard or, but Mike Tyson. But you're right. The same guy that wanted to eat babies. Many boxers have said similar things in the past. Hell, even worse. I'd rather people just say that they don't like Wilder than to carry on with his fake outrage. It is fake outrage. Now, by the way, yes, a lot of people don't like Wilder are doing it. Oh, the Wilder fans, if things were the other way around and all this other shit, okay. Yes, absolutely. But there's also a lot of casuals that don't watch boxing that are acting outraged about this. Right? They're the same people that were like on board when Nally was saying things like, "Oh, boxing, it's just big, fluffy gloves, and it's not like they're hurting each other." Like, but okay. AJ10 boxers for the most part not normal people. No, you see, when fighters, boxers do something normal, like we don't like it, right? For example, when Victor Ortiz, right after the Maidana fight, right? And he said, man, I got to do a lot of thinking. After Maidana took his soul, right? That's what he did. He snatched the soul right out of him. Okay? Victor Ortiz was never the same. But when he said, man, I don't know, I got to think about this, man. I'm young. I don't know if I want to do this. Like, that's like a rational thing to say, but people were just angry about it. Because he chose boxing as a profession. And, I mean, when he was the one dishing out the damage and fucking dudes up, he was perfectly fine with it. Right? So it made him a hypocrite. But nonetheless, when fighters quit throughout history, we call them quitters, and of course, there's a new wave that doesn't like it when they say fighters quit, even though they did. Okay, whether you're okay with them quitting or not is another story. But it's okay to say a fighter quit. But at the end of the day, I mean, come on, seriously, they have to be wired a certain way to be doing what they're doing. All right, like you guys need to understand this. Your boy says, preach this style. Thanks. King Strick says, I also believe that many people think Wilder could possibly kill someone in the ring. That's true. Like I said, it's like they feel like he might kill Dominic Brazil in the ring. Like if Mayweather said, I'm going to kill you. Like, I honestly don't think, like, Mayweather would have said the same thing. There might be some people being like, oh, why would he say that? But like nobody would like take it serious. Like, oh, come on, Floyd. Like, we know you're just gonna embarrass and not boxing for 12 rounds. Like, you're not gonna kill him. Okay. All right. But when Wilder says it, yeah, like people take it a little more serious. AJ 10, this wouldn't be news if it was Paulie Malignaggi saying this. Oh, come on, AJ 10. You know that. Hogan, don't forget, I almost killed a giant. Okay, Hulk Hogan. Undertaker was taking souls. All right. AJ 10, these days, you have doctors, the commission, and trained referees who usually stop the fight too soon than too late. I agree. Hulk Hogan, which I'm okay with, by the way. Hulk Hogan, when Marcus killed Pac-Man, I was concerned for his life a bit. It could have happened. Right? And guess what? Marcus wouldn't have been locked up. They wouldn't have put handcuffs on him. Right? Like, people need to understand this. Like a fighter, like if fighters in the back of their mind were concerned about the health and life of their opponent, they if that was a main concern, they wouldn't hit as hard as they can, and they wouldn't be as effective as a fighter. Right? And they would fall victim themselves and get themselves knocked the fuck out because there's no room for that type of weakness in boxing. And that's what it is. You have to have a killer instinct. All right. The gentleman sport bullshit always annoys me, says AJ10. I agree. The Pacquiao kill was classic. I agree. All right. Let's try to give each other concussions. The gentleman's way, says AJ10. Jay says, my irrelevant take. It's an ugly thing to say, but just saying it don't mean shit. Hulk Hogan, most boxers probably think, but don't say it out loud. I agree. Jay says, I doubt most boxers think that. I disagree with that. Well, maybe, okay. Maybe the word most is not there, but I think they understand it's a possibility. All right. Just to clarify, and I have clarified that. I would bet Wilder doesn't mean it. He's just talking shit, maybe. AJ 10, but D style, you don't understand. Boxing should be a gentleman's sport. Oh, man. It's about respect and honor. Wilder should be stripped of the title. Like, get the fuck out of here. If the WBC strips Deontay Wilder, I fucking swear to God. All right? Hulk Hogan, you're right. Maybe only a few might think it. Jay says there are probably a few sociopath or psychopath boxers, sure. They want gentlemanly sport but hate defensive counterpunchers. If you aren't slice up to your opponent's face and knock him out, you're boring, like a gentleman. I gotcha. Joe Holmes, but this style you don't understand. That's not a very gentleman thing to say, but this style, you're living in the past. We don't tolerate things like this anymore. Wilder should be thrown in jail, and so should you. How dare you condemn what he said? Oh, man. Hulk Hogan, Drago with the best boxing quote ever. Miras is Cybernetic Slayer. I remember Mr. Boxing today said, I remember Mike Tyson saying he was trying to push Jesse Ferguson's nose bone into his brain immediately after their fight. Man, I don't even remember that. That's insane. Cybernetic Slayer, Pacquiao actually looked dead after that hard timber. Mr. Boxing Today, a few years ago, Wilder said Spilka was dead for a few seconds in their fight, referring to the brutal KO. I don't recall any outrage about that. Larry Merchant, there's a difference between killer instinct and saying you want to kill someone in the ring. Here it comes. He always has to disagree. Like Larry Merchant always has to go with the opposite of what D-Style says in all of D-Style's videos. You guys notice this pattern here? But welcome. Harry Winks, the aim of boxing is not to kill your opponent. This is sport. This is a sport. How does this help boxing? I already talked about this. I almost thought Wilder killed Spilka for a second. Could have. Get out of here, Larry Merchant. HBO is dead. So is Hulkamania, by the way. But to Mr. Boxing today's point here, okay? You guys aren't understanding what I'm saying. A boxer has to accept, okay, that in the process of beating the shit out of their opponent, they might kill them. I even said it's not likely to happen, but it's a possibility. Like tennis players don't go have a tennis match and like think I might kill my opponent. It doesn't. It's not a thing. LeBron James doesn't go to the basketball court and man, I gotta hold back on those dunks because I might just kill, all right, somebody in the opposing team. But it's not a thing. I gotta hold back on this dunk because man, I might just kill this dude. It's not a thing. A boxer is trained to hit somebody in the most effective and lethal way possible. Just because deaths don't happen left and right, number one, doesn't mean deaths don't happen. They do happen. We have things in place. We have refs and doctors, okay, whatever. They are there to prevent a death from happening. If death wasn't a possibility, there wouldn't be refs, okay? I mean, they're also there to enforce the rules and make sure it's still a boxing match and it doesn't become a wrestling match, and I get all that. But first and foremost, they're there to protect the fighters from themselves and from their opponent. It's not like when you guys say, oh, no, but this is a gentleman's sport. You got to punch them. Like, how does a fighter punch somebody hard enough to just knock them out, but erase death from a possibility? It's not a thing. It's not. It's not. I wonder where all these people, when Tyson and James Toney was saying worse things. Yeah, the fake outrage reached the comments. Yeah, like, what's up at ALM? A boxer always risking the ring. Been there, been that way for years. I agree. Tyson was making noises like a woman. Okay, the Hulkamania is for life. It is dead. The boxer always risks. Mr. Boxing today. Foreman also said he wanted to kill Ali. This type of talk has been going on for decades. This is nothing new. I've heard local fighters in my area say these things. Good take. Eddie LM, the fake outrage reached the comments. Yeah, I wonder where these are. AJ10, it's clear Deontay Wilder wired differently when it comes to boxing. His mentality is clear. Better him than me. Truth is his word. Where are all these people during all the Ward Gotti wars? Harry Winks, this is why boxing is dying in the States. How can people like Wilder ever be mainstream? What? 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 Dude, that comment takes a cake, right? Like maybe Larry Merchant will beat you at it, but that comment takes a cake. Hulkamania will never die, brother. All right, thanks, Eddie. Since Hulk Hogan, all right. JMJ 2121. Wilder is good, but Ray Mancini versus Dudu Kim. That's bullshit. These styles, yeah. And Mr. Boxing today says, "Yep, that's what's Tyson versus Biggs aftermath, making noises like a woman." Holy shit. Hulkamania lives on forever, brother. 1810 in mainstream. Many fans are saying Mayweather fought with pillow gloves. Yeah. Look, man. They're all outraged now. Like, you see all these people coming out? Fox News did an article about it. Like, are you kidding me? Fox News that like made an article about what Wilder said. Look, just because you can kill somebody doesn't mean you should say it. I'll repeat. I don't like that he said it, but I accept it. And I'm not gonna come on here like, oh my God, boycott the fight. Like, how can like boxing is dying because Wilder said he wants to kill somebody in the ring? What are you talking about? kidding me? Where are you, from England? You think when Lennox Lewis landed punches on guys that he was holding back because he might kill them? A fighter that holds back because he doesn't want to kill somebody, all right, is not a real fighter. Like you have to be. I could see it, like if you're so skilled and your fighter's nowhere near your league, so you carry them because you might just hurt them really bad. Okay, but other than that, it's not a thing to hold back, and it's just not a thing. Capiche? England. He's from England. Mr. Boxing today, quote, boxing is dying in the States because the KO artist wants to catch a body in the ring. Oh, man. How many people I just said today? That's it. Well, there's a reason I'm not watching boxing anymore. Like, I'm sure some Fox News viewer, some conservative Fox News viewer was like, man, I was going to stop watching all this praise about Trump 24/7 just to watch a boxing fight. But after I heard Wilder say that, oh, I had enough. Come on. Right? Seriously. We have the United States government bombing hundreds of thousands of innocent people. But you're not concerned about that. You're concerned about a professional boxer talking about how he could possibly kill another professional boxer in a ring, okay, in this very violent sport. And that's what it is. In a way, I kind of like this action. The more I think about it, the more I like this. It's reminding people that this is a fucking dangerous sport. This isn't a game. People, I swear to God, people are acting like Roger Federer came out and said this. Oh man, I want to catch a body in the tennis court. Like, well, why would he say that? Like, yeah, it wouldn't make sense in a fucking tennis match, right? It wouldn't make sense for Tom Brady to say he wants to catch a body. Like, man, I'm not satisfied. I got 6 Super Bowl rings or however much he's got. But man, I want to catch a body. It's not a thing. Like you don't hear like seriously. You don't have to like it. I don't. I don't like the fact that he said this. But you do have to accept it. Dandy style, that is the Wilder versus Spilka. Well, come on. We all know what happened there. Even fighters have condemned the comments. Who cares if other fighters condemn the comments? If they have a problem, well, what are they going to do about it? That's what I'll say. If another fighter has a problem, well, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to go beat up Wilder about it? Like, do something about it then. If I saw White say something about it. Okay, do something about it. Right? Like, all these people have something to say. They're not going to do shit about it. Right? Nothing. All these fighters just sit the fuck down is what they should do. Right? Maybe AJ should take the fucking $50 million, right? And do something about it. I don't know if AJ said something about it, but maybe he should do something about it. Right? You don't want Wilder to kill a man in the ring? Go show, teach him a lesson. All right? Do something about it then. People walking around like they have to approve everything the fighter says. Like, oh, I don't like what he said. He should retract it. What? Let these fighters be who they are. Like Wilder is who he is. You don't have to like it, but you do have to accept. It's gonna be a thriller when I kill the gorilla in Manila. That's a quote of Muhammad Ali. Truth in his word. Just posted. Harry Winks. By the way, are they wrong? The fighter said it's. Are they wrong? Well, what is this? Like what? So if the fighter said that you suck, like, are you just gonna accept it or what? Well, what's with these people that get this confirmation bias? They got to get the confirmation from fighters, and then they just go with it. Like, seriously. How do these comments help? Like Harry Winks thinks that I'm making an argument that these comments help boxing. Like I made that argument. In one aspect, it does remind people that it's a fucking violent sport, but I never argued that it helps the sport. How does it help the sport to act gentlemanly when it's not a gentleman fucking sport? It's not. All right. All right. The video is fake outrage, not is Wilder a role model. Oh man. Didn't I say something about eating like his kids? Yes, he did. NLM, those comments don't hurt or help boxing. It'll blow over in a week or two. Again, fake outrage. Yeah, it's stupid. Maybe Wilder should have taken the 120 million to Sarah Winks. What are you talking about? Wilder was never offered 120 million for a fight. All right, sit down. Sit down for an app that AJ himself's not even in. Go sit down. Right. AJ 10. A video is fake. I read that. Eddie LM role model. Fighters, athletes, and celebs in general should not be role models. That's the bigger problem. People expecting celebs to be role models. Kim Kardashian is a role model to a bunch of little girls. Okay. She never threatened to kill somebody. Maybe she's a better role model. All right. Mike Alvarado says boxing is dying because there's so many soft people and they couldn't handle what Wilder said. In MMA, it wouldn't have been a big problem. I don't know about that. I can't confirm that. I could visualize like, some MMA people being like, oh no, this sport's about honor. It's not about killing. It's not what real martial arts is. I could totally see that. But nonetheless, I kind of get what you're saying. As long as there's an agreement that Wilder is no role model, says Harry Links. Look, I never said, oh, this dude is a role model. Whether he is or he isn't is not a concern of mine. Right? He's a fighter. I don't tune in to watch Wilder fight because he's a good person. Okay. I tune in because this motherfucker's exciting to watch and he knocks motherfuckers out. That's why I watch. I don't have to like his personality. I don't have to like what he says. I kind of do like him. I think he's a cool dude. I just think that right before a fight, there's a switch in his head, and it's a time for you to die if you're going to be in the ring with him. Right? That's just what I think. I don't have to like that part of it, but it's okay. Tony B. Wilder is just trying to keep his career alive. Okay. Eddie LM, it helps your anti-Wilder agenda. Sure. Mr. Boxing Today. By the way, you guys can subscribe to Mr. Boxing Today. If you're watching an archive, you can go to the comments. You can see his comment right there and click on it and go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification button. That way you're notified when he uploads videos. Mr. Boxing Today says, like Holyfield used to say about his opponents trash talking and saying things like he didn't like, well, we got to fight anyway, so I have my chance to shut him down. Brazil will have his chance. AJ 10, by tomorrow night, the conversation will be who is next, not tell us about the body in the ring comment. Right. Harry Winks. There's trash talking, and then there's utter stupidity. Hulk Hogan, Wilder's one wild dude. Mr. Bot today, why does it hurt you so much? I don't get it. Harry Williams hurt. I can't give my opinion. Does it hurt you that I have a different opinion? Mr. Boxing Today didn't tell you to stop saying what you're saying. He didn't say it hurt him. He's just asking you a question. Chill. But anyway, remember like when Jim Gray asked what's his name? Broner. I can't believe his name escaped me, but he asked Broner like, "Hey, you're 3-3 or something like that in your last 6 fights," and then he said, "Oh, I'll be 6-0 if I fought you." And we all clowned Broner because, like, oh, of course you'll be 6-0. You fought Jim Gray 6 times, right? Or when Broner would like threaten members of the media to beat them up and all that bullshit. Like what are you trying to prove? It's not like Wilder's saying that, oh, if you ask me a tough question, the next reporter that asks me a tough question, I'm going to knock him out and put him in a body bag. Like, that's not what he's saying. He's saying that his opponent that he's contracted to fight, all right, who's a professional boxer himself, he's saying he wants to kill him or that he can't kill him. And if he kills him, it's perfectly legal. And he's not lying. He's not just telling a random person. Again, I don't like it, but I accept it. Right? I don't tune in. This is my problem with like all those montages and of like people trying to have people like relate to the fighters and tell their background story and from rags to riches story. I've never cared about all that. I want to just see them fight. I don't tune in to watch Wilder fight based on what he says before the fight. All right? And all the fighters that have an issue with it, well, do something about it. That's what I say. If you're not going to do something about it, then what the fuck are you even talking for? You guys are watching a gladiatorial sport, a sport with a gladiatorial nature. Sure, it's not like the days of the gladiators where they're literally killing till the death or with swords, but it is with boxing gloves. Boxing gloves are not designed to protect your opponent's face or their body. They're designed to protect your hands so you could keep punching your opponent over and over again. They're weapons. They're designed for you to land hundreds of punches and not break your hand. Sometimes over 1,000. Throw them. So when you hit that elbow, you don't break your hand. You can keep punching them. I want you to think about that for a moment. I want you to think about the sport you chose to be a fan of. If this is too much for you and you can't stand that type of talk, and then go watch a sport that doesn't have a gladiatorial nature to it. Go watch a sport where death is not a possibility. Where one man killing another man is a possibility. If that's too much, if that type of gruesome, whatever you want to call it, if that gruesome activity is too much, then maybe you need to reconsider what you're watching. In the words of Sugar Ray Robinson, this is the hurt business. This is the hurt business. Many legends killed fighters in the ring. Some of them, some of them killed somebody and they were never the same again. Some of them killed somebody and their career just continued because everybody's wired differently. Everyone knows it's possible. Everybody knows this. I've seen documentaries where one fighter kills another fighter, and the mother of the fighter that got killed tells the fighter that killed him, it's okay. My son knew the risk he was taking. No, but but you can't talk about it because then if it happens, look, what's done is done. Apparently, a lot of you think it's a great possibility that he might kill Brazil or something. If that happens, we will address it when it happens. I don't think it's going to happen. Calm down, okay? But at the end of the day, we'll address it if it happens. Harry Winks, nobody's stopping you. I have not deleted your comments. You gave your opinion. Nobody's stopping you. Right? Chill. Relax. Right? 8-10, I care who will win. Not that what books these guys read before the fight. Harry Winks, I know the sport, but it doesn't mean I like all the characters in it. AJ10, it's hypocritical for Joshua to call out Wilder for fighting his leftovers, quote unquote, when he's fighting a guy that had already been knocked out, his own quote unquote leftovers. Right. Harry Wing, I can't support people who speak in such crass way and brings criticism to the sport. Oh, what it's going to do? Outrage people that say boxing is dead anyway? Ooh, the Fox News audience that doesn't even watch boxing is outraged about what Wilder said. I ain't worried about it. All right. Haplotype. Wilder should enter the Enter Sandman by Metallica. Agent 10. He plans to fight Dillian White again. Jay Will. People are overreacting. It's not that serious. I agree. Okay. Harry Winks. He has fought Dillian White again. I think they're talking about AJ fighting Dillian White again. Anyways, guys, thanks to those that joined me live. All right. Interesting conversation. I gave my thoughts. And I want you to really reflect on what boxing is. I'm going to leave you with this. Reflect on what you're watching and really understand what you're watching. I know that especially when you watch so many boxing fights over the years and you just see two dudes with red boxing gloves and land punches, we kind of just it's easy to desensitize yourself of it and forget what you're watching. You're watching two grown ass men that are trained to hit you fucking hard as shit, hit each other. Like, I want you to just do something right now. All right? I want you to lightly, just very lightly, punch yourself in the face. All right? And now I want you to just picture yourself. I really hope you didn't really punch yourself in the face, but if you did, that's okay. But now I want you to picture a trained as individual with a boxing glove hitting you across the face even harder than they would have if they didn't have a boxing glove. Because you could punch somebody harder with a boxing glove than without it. I just want you to picture that. And I want you to understand that this is not a sport. Like this is not the sport to faint and boycott when somebody says they want to kill somebody in the ring. It's not. It's just this is not the sport to do it. Again, I'll say this one more time. If Durant comes out and says, "I want to kill the Blazers," what do you mean? Like shut them out like by 30 points? No. I want them dead. Okay, I want them in bodies. Like I want them to have a funeral tomorrow. Yeah, we would say the dude's crazy, right? Like I get it, but this is not like this is boxing. It can happen. It's legal assault, guys. But that's what it is. It's legal assault. You're legally allowed to assault another individual. That's what you're watching. So don't come to me on your high horse and holier than thou attitudes and talking about how this is just unacceptable. Like seriously. It doesn't mean you have to like it, but you need to accept it. AJ 10. While the U.S. is dropping drone strikes for Fox News is outraged with Wilder comments. Oh man, so many comments, guys. I can't get through all of them. I do got to go really quick. I'll read a couple more. Haplotype Harry, isn't you? Max Baer told Braddock he was going to kill him, and he killed two guys already. And then I'm gonna convert, aka your wife in 1930. I'm gonna comfort your wife. Yeah, Joe Host. It looks like I'm not allowed to play video games then. I mean, this is crazy, man. This is insane. You know, like you're watching a bloodthirsty sport, and then like people are acting outraged. Like this is you can't make this shit up. Honestly, It's like, let me give you an example. My mom doesn't understand why I watch boxing, right? Since I was a kid. Like I would watch it with my dad. She'd be like, why do you watch that shit? Well, it's violent. What joy do you get out of it or whatever, right? Like she would be the first one to look at you guys and be like, well, you know what you're fucking watching. At least my son, accepts it and is honest and says, he likes the gladiatorial nature of it. She probably won't use those words, but still, there's people out there that don't like and don't understand why we like this violent sport. They don't get it. Like, well, why do they enjoy watching two people hurt each other? Oh my God. Oh my God. They want to watch two people knock each other out. Oh my God. It's so violent. Talking about, pugilistic dementia and look at these fighters here. And this sport should be banned. It's dangerous. It fucks people's bodies up, brain damage, deaths. And you have all these people cheering, while two individuals are violently attacking each other. You should join that group then. You guys are not watching the right sport. You should accept the fact that you're watching a bloodthirsty sport. Fight fan says, give the guy permanent brain damage, but don't kill him. I've heard fighters say, I'm gonna leave this guy eating out of a fucking straw for the rest of his life, which you could argue is worse than death. Oh no, but Wilder crossed the line. He crossed the line. He crossed the line. Come on. Emil Griffith killed a dude, all right? Because, now granted, whether he intended to or not, but he beat the shit out of a dude, okay? Right? For calling him a faggot and shit. All right? In Spanish, but he did. Now, Emil Griffith didn't do what today's LGBT does. Like, oh my God, how dare you? We're going to publicly shame him. He just beat the shit out of the dude. Right? He beat the shit out of him and killed him in the ring. This is the sport you're watching. Accept it. All right? You need to accept this, guys. I know what, like, especially a lot of you new fans. I don't know what sport you guys ran into, right? I don't know what sport you guys ran into. But I'm just saying. But I'm just saying. I've seen some devastating shit go happen in the ring. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that is that. I mean. By the way, speaking of like Killer Instinct, okay. Let me tell you what Killer Instinct is. All right. There was a fight of Hurtado and Whitaker. Hurtado was against the ropes. Now this is largely the blame is largely on the ref here, but Whitaker was just wailing on this dude. I mean, brutally, and he didn't stop until they stopped. All right, he could have stopped. The fight was basically over, but he was just in a mode. All right, and it is what it is. You can look up the fight if you want. All right. Joe, I'm not taking your bait. You got a spanner. I mean, I don't know. Larry Merchant, you've been commenting on my videos forever. You've never been banned. Okay, like seriously. All right. Haplotype says because you're saying here my presence on these style hangout, dude. You're saying it publicly, so I can ask you what I want to say. Okay, I want to, Harry. Okay, I got you. All right. Hulk Hogan says he's done with boxing. Glamorous division. You know, people put words in boxing like glamorous and gentleman, and these words don't belong in boxing, bro. I'm just being honest, right? Like they just don't. Anyways, guys, I do got to roll in a little bit. All right, and and that's it. I don't know AJ10. I don't know that dude's. That dude was banned. All right, but I don't know if he's still around or not. I'm out, guys. Peace.